Hey guys, so I'm going to show you guys how I edit my photos. So this is where I have all the files I use for editing, but I found that I only use two major ones for mostly my makeup pictures. So these are the apps I have. I have Image Size, I have Photo Fox, I have Fonto, I have Pig Jointer, Facetune, Visco, Bestie, and Photogrid. I use just Visco and Bestie to edit my pictures. I'm going to show you guys how I do that. So in case you guys don't know already, I use the Sony a5000 to take my pictures. So just in case you guys are wondering, it's not a very expensive camera, but it would give you good quality if you take pictures in like the best conditions. So yeah, just to let you guys know that. So I'm going to go into my camera roll and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to start editing my picture. So the picture I'm going to edit is this one. This is the picture you guys are seeing on my thumbnail. It looks a bit brighter, I guess, because my picture is brighter. So I'm going to reduce my brightness just so that you guys can really see what this picture looks like. So this is what the picture looks like. So I'm just going to go to Visco Cam, which is in my photo apps. So now that I'm in Visco Cam, the first thing that I'm going to do is to tap this plus button here. So once I tap this button, it just shows me where to pick my pictures from. So these are all my albums, my favorites, my birthday pictures, and all of that. And I have that picture in my all. It's easier to find it in my all because I think that's where it is. So this is the picture here. So now that I've tapped on that picture, I'm just going to press this button you can see here. Okay, so once I tap that, this is what comes out. Now when I just started using Visco Cam with my Android phone, I realized that I was always trying to use one of these filters. I thought that was what was going to give my pictures that very nice look, and I always played with these filters, but they never gave me what I wanted. So it was after a while that I realized I needed to tap this button here. So once you tap it, you get this list of things that come out: exposure, contrast, and the rest. So what I usually do is, because I took this picture with a ring light and I also took it in front of a window, I don't need that much exposure, because if I expose this picture, it's going to really wash me out and you won't even get to see how nice my makeup is. So what I do is that when there are times when my pictures are like really bright, I would even go down with the exposure just so that you see like the brownness in my skin. As I'm taking this button down, you can see how brown and how rich my skin looks. So it really depends on you. If you really want to show off your melanin, then you can take your exposure all the way down to the minus side, and if you want it brighter, depending on the conditions with which you took your picture in, then you can go all the way down. So for this picture, I'm not going to leave it in the middle because I still feel like I look too bright. My face looks too bright, so I'm going to go down with the exposure all the way to 3.1. So this really brings out the brownness in my skin. I'm going to go to contrast. Now contrast is really important. It just brings darkness to some areas of your picture and just makes them more pigmented, I think I would say that. So I'm going to just, when you go all the way with your contrast, it looks very funny. So I usually keep my contrast at a very low number, like 1.1. So now I don't use straighten, I don't use crop, except you need to crop. I don't use all this XQ, YSQ, I don't use them. When I'm editing makeup pictures, I might sharpen, but I don't go all the way with sharpen because I want my skin to look soft. So I'm not going to sharpen this picture so much, just a bit, just to bring out like the outline of like my hair and my body and my hand and all that. So I will increase it to maybe 1.8. I don't use the clarity, but I use my saturation, and I love saturation, but you really need to know how to use it and use it minimally. So with saturation, it just brings all the color to the picture. You can see that I look very orange, and you can see how it is all the way down. So I just increase my saturation a bit, like at 0.8, 0.6, because number one, the picture is already it's already vibrant, you know, to a reasonable extent, so I don't need to make it that saturated. So the next thing I use, I don't use highlights, I don't use shadows a lot of times. So the next thing I'm going to go to is temperature, and temperature is very, very important to me, you guys. So important, because I don't like my pictures looking orange. So with temperature, I always make my pictures, if you go towards this side, that means you want your pictures to be more orange based, as you guys can see, and if you go towards this side, that means you want your picture to be more blue based, and that is exactly why I like my pictures to have that tint or that tinge of blue. So usually I will just go, depending on how warm my picture is. This picture is pretty warm, so I'm going to go down all the way till the white things behind me start to look whiter. You know, that's when I know that the blueness is really coming out. So I'm going to go all the way to like 1.6, and then I'm going to press okay. So then you have tint, skin tone, which with the skin tone on this app, you can make yourself look more orange or more red toned. So usually I don't touch this, I just leave it as it is. And then there's vignette, there's grain, there's fade, shadows, tint, highlights, tint. I don't use all of that, so I'm just going to press the save button right here. Now that I've saved my picture, that is not the complete that's not the end of the whole thing. So the picture is right here and it is highlighted. You can see that box around it. So you're going to now tap these three buttons here, and the three buttons will come out and show you share, save to camera roll, copy, edit, and delete. So the first thing I'm going to do is save to camera roll, and it shows you this long list, and I tap actual size. Okay, so what happens, what I do is that if I have so many other pictures to edit and I took them under the same lighting condition, like they practically all look the same except from my pose, what I do is I tap that picture, I press this button again, and then I say copy edits. So I'm just going to tap copy edits. Okay, so with copy edits, you've copied all the changes that you made to that picture, and you're going to try to apply them to other pictures that you took under the same, you know, environment, lighting condition, and the rest of them. So I'm now going to go and look for a few other pictures that I have here that I also took on the same day in front of the same window, you know, and all of that. So I have just one of them here because I've deleted a lot of my pictures. So I'm going to tap that button right there. So now that this picture has come out, they both look very, very different. So at this point, I'm now going to, because you can see that the pictures are both highlighted, I'm going to take off the highlights from the one I have already edited, which is this one. So I have just this one left. So instead of going over it with you know, my saturation, sharpening, and all that, I'll just tap that button, and you see where it's written paste edits. So I'm just going to paste the edits, and then you can tap this just to view the picture, and you can see that the picture has practically changed and looks so much like the one that we just finished editing. So I'm now going to go all the way to save. When it comes here, I'm going to tap this button again, and I'm going to press save to camera roll, actual size. So that is that. I have done all of that to the pictures. I'm now going to go back to my photos, and you can see the before picture. I hope it is showing like as clear as it's showing here. So of course the images are going to store themselves in the Visco folder. So I'm going to go to Visco. So these are the two photos here. This and this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to smoothen this picture. If you want to edit your pictures, the better looking your pictures are before editing, the better it is for you, and the less work you have to do, and the more natural your pictures will come out. So this is my skin with, you know, just this is like my skin just with the camera app and the Visco app. I don't, you know, I practically made my makeup as flawless as I could possibly do it, and, you know, made my skin look really, really nice. So I'm just going to take these pictures and I'm going to smoothen them up. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next app, which is Bestie. Now, I never used to use Bestie, but the thing about Bestie is that you have to use it minimally because it can really mess up the way your pictures look, especially if you're someone like me who doesn't like to make my editing or my skin look very fake. I like my skin to still look, you know, very natural. Okay, so I'm going to tap on this button here. This just helps you. Once it opens up, it brings out your pictures so that you can choose the one that you actually want to edit. So you can see the two pictures I just finished using Visco Cam to edit. I'm going to tap one of them. So there's a long list of things that come out here. Because my picture already looks very, very reasonable, I'm not going to use anything here. Filter, stickers, brush, whiten, acne, skin, slim, enlarge, brightening the eyes. There's so many things to do. Pupil, eye bag, nose, increase the length of the heel. I don't even understand, but I'm just going to tap on skin. Now when you tap on skin already, because you can see this bar has moved all the way down here, it has already edited your skin to this point, and this is a 30. So if you take it all the way down, it becomes way smoother, and then it starts to look really, really fake, and I don't like my skin to look like that. So most times I stop at a 30. The maximum I take my pictures to is a 45 or a 50, mostly 50. I don't pass 50. But with this picture and with this application, when you're editing, you need to check your neck, you need to check your hair, because a lot of times it might not edit your face, but it will just put the smoothness in your hair and your hand and your chest, and it will just start looking very funny. Or in the background, most times if it can't detect where your eyes and your nose and your mouth are, it would edit like your background or your hair or your hand or something. So for this picture, I'm going to leave the bar at 30, because that way my skin looks really, really nice and it looks very, very natural. I'm going to press this button and then I'm going to tap on save, and it's already saved to the album. If I want, I'm going to beautify the next one, which is this second picture that we took. So I'm going to go to skin. It's already dropped it at 30, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to press that button and then I'm going to save it. So that is it. So now I'm going to go back to my photos and go to my Bestie album, because that's where it's supposed to be. And these are the photos I just edited. So this is the first one, and this is the second one, and they look pretty good. You guys can see it on the thumbnail, the difference between both pictures. So yeah, basically those are the two applications that I use to edit my pictures. Well, I hope this information was very helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share this video with people that need to know how to edit their pictures, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.